Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video, we're going to be doing chapter Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 9. It's been a long time since I've shot the videos. It's been, I guess, 20 days, according to this. I was in India, now I'm back home. And it took me a while 2 weeks actually, since I've been back home, exactly 14 days. And it took me a while to just catch up and just start to feel like I'm following my routine again. So hopefully now I will be completely okay, completely normal in my routine, and I will be able to do this. I'm thinking to catch up. I might need to do 2 every day. It'll still take me a while to catch up, but I'll catch up in a month. But yeah, it's great. I'm so glad to be starting this again. Today, actually, I felt like I started up a lot of things that I had kind of left in the wayside that I was supposed to do every day. So I feel a little bit more in control, and I feel very happy that I'm doing this. But this is the thing, right? It's okay. I mean, I've been learning this because I did the Bhagavad Gita project as well for 2 years, one verse every day. And I would miss, sometimes I would miss 2 months, 2.5 months for different reasons. Sometimes I would, like, not just because I didn't manage to, but I mean, and that was okay. I learned that it's okay as long as I keep getting back up. I fall and I keep getting back up, and I fall and I keep getting back up, and I just, people are like, if you don't do this nitya, I'm trying to do this nitya Bhagavatam seva. I think there's a proper words for it that I'm not knowing exactly, but okay, fine. I'm not doing it nitya. I'm not doing it every single day. That's fine. At least I'm doing it again after 20 days. I'm not slipping. I'm not slipping and let it and get go. Okay, I didn't do it every day, so now that's it. So yeah, I guess I'm just motivating myself at this point. Okay, so let's do our prayers and then let's read the text. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dear Krishna Bhagwan, please help me to become more consistent in what I do and not beat myself up if I wasn't able to do it, not just go die out of guilt, but just be more determined that I'm going to continue now and I'm going to get back to it. And please give me the strength. I have been listening to somebody who speaks about surrender versus willpower. We don't want to have willpower necessarily. We want to have surrender, where we surrender and we're like, okay, you tell us what to do. And I've not been able to understand that exactly, because we do need to discipline ourselves at the same time. But I think at the same time, the surrender means, Krishna, please give me the strength to do this. Please give me the strength to chant with as much sincerity as I can, even though I find it very difficult, even though I struggle. Please give me the sincerity to do these videos every day, to read one chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam every day, because you gave me this idea, you gave me this option. You gave me the idea of doing the Bhagavad Gita in the first place, and then on the last day when I was ending the Bhagavad Gita, you sent somebody to tell me to do one chapter every day. So please, you've given me this idea. Please also give me the strength to pull through. Please also give me the motivation. Please also give me the bhakti. And oh my goodness, I am understanding just how far away I am from bhakti, and that is good. That feels really good that I'm actually understanding that. So I'm very grateful for that. Okay, so let's go through the the chapters. Let me turn on the screen. Okay. Chapter 9, answers by citing the Lord's version. Let me see if it's, yeah. Sri Shukdev Goswami said, text 1. O king, unless one is influenced by the energy of Bhagwan, there is no meaning to the relationship of pure soul in pure consciousness with the material body. That relationship is just like a dreamer seeing his own body working. So unless one is influenced by energy of Bhagwan, there is no meaning of the material body. I'm guessing that's what it means. 2. The illusioned living entity appears in so many forms offered by external energy of the Lord. While enjoying in the modes of material nature, the encaged living entity misconceives thinking in terms of I and mine. 3. As soon as the living entity becomes situated in his constitutional glory and begins to enjoy the transcendence beyond time and material energy, he at once gives up two misconceptions of life, I and mine, and thus becomes fully manifested as the pure self. So, this whole I and mine thing is given up as we advance in bhakti, as we advance in transcendence beyond this time and material energy. Then we give up I and mine, and then we become manifested as the pure self. 4. O King, Bhagwan, being very pleased with Lord Brahma because of his non-deceptive penance in Bhakti Yoga, he presented his eternal and transcendental form before Brahma. So he revealed himself to Brahma, and that is the objective goal for purifying the conditioned soul. 5. Lord Brahma, the first spiritual master, supreme in the universe, could not trace out the source of his lotus seat, and while thinking of creating the material world, he could not understand the proper direction for such creative work, nor could he find the process for such creation. 6. While thus engaged in thinking, in the water, Brahmaji heard twice from nearly 2 syllables joined together. One of the syllables was taken from the 16th and another one from the 21st of the Sparsha alphabets, and both joined to become the wealth of the renounced order of life. I'm not sure what the sound, the 2 syllables are. He doesn't say. Maybe Krishna? Om. 7. When he heard the sound, he tried to find the speaker, searching all sides, but when he was unable to find anyone besides himself, he thought it wise to sit down on his lotus seat firmly and give his attention to the execution of the penance as was instructed. 8. Lord Brahma underwent penances for 1000 years by calculations of the demigods. He heard this transcendental vibration from the sky and he accepted it as divine. Thus he controlled his mind and senses, and the penances he executed were a great lesson for the living entities. Thus he is known as the greatest of all ascetics. So yeah, when Brahma was creating the universe, he was sitting in his lotus. It was all dark. There was nothing. He couldn't see anything. And he didn't know what to do. So he was just doing tapasya at that time, trying to figure out how to create the universe, what his purpose, what his role was. So that's what he did this penance for. 9. Bhagwan, thus being very much satisfied with the penance of Lord Brahma, was pleased to manifest his personal abode Vaikuntha and the supreme planet above all others. This transcendental abode of the Lord is adored by all self-realized persons freed from all kinds of miseries and fear due of illusory existence. 10. In that personal abode of the Lord, the material modes of ignorance and passion do not prevail, nor is there any of their influence in goodness. There is no predominance of the influence of time, so what to speak of the illusory external energy, it cannot enter that region. Without discrimination, both the demigods and the demons worship the Lord as devotees. Okay, so in that personal abode means Vaikuntha. So there is no influence of time and no external energy and all of that. 11. The inhabitants of Vaikuntha planets are described as having glowing sky bluish complexion. Is it similar to Krishna? Their eyes resemble, or maybe Krishna is darker, not sky blue. Their eyes resemble lotus flowers and their dress is of yellowish color and their bodily features very attractive. They are just the age of growing youths and they all have 4 hands and they're nicely decorated with pearl necklaces and ornamental medallions and they all appear to be effulgent. 12. Some of them are effulgent like coral and diamonds in complexion and have garlands on their heads, blooming like lotus flowers, and some wear earrings. 13. The Vaikuntha planets are also surrounded by various airplanes, all glowing and brilliantly situated. These airplanes belong to the great Mahatmas or devotees of the Lord. The ladies are as beautiful as lightning because of their celestial complexions, and all these combined together appear just like the sky decorated with both clouds and lightning. 14. The goddess of fortune in her transcendental form is engaged in the loving service of the Lord's lotus feet, and being moved by the black bees, followers of spring, she is not only engaged in variegated pleasure service to the Lord along with her constant companions, but is also engaged in singing the glories of the Lord's activities. 15. Lord Brahma saw in the Vaikuntha planets Bhagwan, who is the Lord of the entire devotee community and the Lord of the goddess of fortune, the Lord of all sacrifices, the Lord of universe, who is served by foremost servitors like Nanda, Sunanda, Prabala and Arahan, his immediate associates. 16. Bhagwan, seen leaning favorably towards his loving servitors, his very sight intoxicating and attractive, appeared to be very much satisfied. He had a smiling face decorated with an enchanting reddish hue. He was dressed in yellow robes and wore earrings and a helmet on his head. He had 4 hands and his chest was marked with the lines of goddess of fortune. 17. The Lord was seated on his throne and was surrounded by different energies like the 4, the 16, the 5, the 6 natural opulences, along with other insignificant energies of the temporary character. But he was factual Supreme Lord, enjoying his own abode. 18. Lord Brahma, thus seeing Bhagwan in his fullness, was overwhelmed with joy within his heart, and thus in full transcendental love and ecstasy, his eyes filled with tears of love. He thus bowed down before the Lord. That is the way of the highest perfection for the living being, Paramhamsa. 19. And seeing Brahma present before him, the Lord accepted him as worthy to create living beings, to be controlled as he desired, and thus being very satisfied with him, the Lord shook hands with Brahma and slightly smiling addressed him thus. 20. The beautiful Bhagwan addressed Lord Brahma. O Brahma, impregnated with the Vedas, I am very much pleased with your long accumulated penance, with the desire for creation. Hardly am I pleased with the pseudo-mystics. 21. I wish you good luck, O Brahma. You may ask from me, the giver of on benediction, all that you may desire. You may know that the ultimate benediction, as the result of all penances, is to see me by realization. 22. The highest perfectional ingenuity is the personal perception of my abodes, and this has been possible because of your submissive attitude in the performance of severe penance according to my order. 23. O sinless Brahma, you may know from me that it was I who first ordered you to undergo penance when you were perplexed in your duty. Such penance is my heart and soul, and therefore penance and I are non-different. I think penance matlab, I don't know. 24. I create this cosmos by such penance. I maintain it by the same energy, and I withdraw it all by the same energy. Therefore, the potency is penance only. 25. Lord Brahma said, O Bhagwan, you are situated in every living entity's heart as the Supreme Director, and therefore you are aware of all endeavors by your superior intelligence without any hindrance whatsoever. 26. In spite of that, my Lord, I am praying to you to kindly fulfill my desire. May I please be informed how, in spite of your transcendental form, you assume the mundane form, although you have no such form at all. 27. And please inform me how you, by your own self, manifest different energies for annihilation, generation, acceptance, and maintenance by combination and permutation. 28. O Master of all energies, please tell me philosophically all about them. You play like a spider that covers itself by its own energy, and your determination is infallible. 29. Please tell me so that I may be taught in the matter by instruction of Bhagwan and may thus act instrumentally to generate living entities without being conditioned by such activities. 30. O my Lord, the unborn, you have shaken hands with me just as a friend does with a friend, as if equal in position. I shall be engaged in the creation of different types of living entities, and I shall be occupied in your service. I shall have no perturbation, but I pray that all this may not give rise to false pride, as if I were supreme. 31. Bhagwan said, knowledge about me as described in the scriptures is very confidential and it has to be realized in conjunction with devotional service. So he's saying very clearly conjunction with devotional service. So not knowledge in conjunction. We do need knowledge, but with bhakti. The necessary paraphernalia for that process is being explained by me. You may take it up carefully. 32. All of me, namely my actual eternal form and my transcendental existence, color, qualities, and activities, let all be awakened within you by factual realization out of my causeless mercy. 33. Brahma, it is I, Bhagwan, who was existing before creation when there was nothing but myself. Nor was their material nature the cause of this creation. That is, that which you see now is also I, Bhagwan, after annihilation, and what remains will also be I, Bhagwan. So he's talking about his eternality. 34. O Brahma, whatever appears to be of any value, if it is without relation to me, has no reality. That's the Yes, know it as my illusory energy, that reflection which appears to be darkness, in darkness. So whatever is of any value has no reality if it's without relation to me. Has no reality. It's not that it's not true. It has no reality. It has no basis. It has no ground. It is ephemeral. It is true but ephemeral. It will disappear. So that's the thing. Anything that we do, if it's not in relation to Krishna, then it is just completely useless. The thoughts, like for me, it is the thoughts. All day long, I'm having really stupid thoughts that bring me down, that are completely useless, that are completely unhelpful, and they have no basis. There's no Krishna there. It's just useless. I remember that thought in that moment, and the next 2 minutes later, even I don't remember that thought, right? Let alone remember it for eternity. It's completely useless. It's a total utter waste of time. 35. O Brahma, please know that the universal elements enter into the cosmos and at the same time do not enter into the cosmos. Similarly, I myself would exist within everything created and at the same time I'm outside of everything. 36. A person who is searching after the supreme absolute truth, Bhagwan, must certainly search it up to this in all circumstances, in all space and time, both directly and indirectly. 37. O Brahma, just follow this conclusion by fixed concentration of mind. No pride will disturb you, neither in the partial nor in the final devastation. 38. So he's saying no pride will disturb you. Follow this conclusion and no pride will disturb you. Because, yeah, that's another one of the things. My goodness, pride. I have such a big problem with pride. 38. Shukdev Goswami said to Maharaj Parikshit, Bhagwan Hari, after being seen in his transcendental form, instructing Brahmaji, the leader of living entities, disappeared. Okay. So then, after the instruction, Bhagwan disappeared. 39. On the disappearance of Bhagwan Hari, who is the object of transcendental enjoyment for the senses of devotees, he is the object of transcendental enjoyment for the senses of the devotees. Brahma, with folded hands, began to recreate the universe full with living entities as it was previously. So, devotees get enjoyment. They don't get sense enjoyment out of material things, they get sense enjoyment, but out of transcendental enjoyment of being before Hari. 40. Thus, upon a time, the forefather of living entities and the father of religiousness, Lord Brahma, situated himself in acts of regulative principles, desiring self-interest for the welfare of all living entities. Okay, so Lord Brahma situated himself in the acts of regulative principles. 41. Narad, the most dear inheritor of sons of Brahma, always ready to serve his father, strictly follows the instructions of his father by his mannerly behavior, meekness, and sense control. 42. Narad, very much pleased his father and desired to know all about energies of Vishnu, the master of all energies, for Narad was the greatest of all sages and greatest of all devotees, O king. 43. The great sage Narad also inquired in great detail from his father Brahma, the great-grandfather of all the universe, after seeing him well satisfied. 44. Therefore, thereupon the supplementary Vedic literature, Srimad Bhagavatam, which was then described by Bhagwan and which contains 10 characteristics, was told with satisfaction by the father Brahma to his son Narad. 45. In succession, O king, the great sage Narad instructed Srimad Bhagavatam unto the unlimitedly powerful Vyasdev, who meditated in devotional service upon Bhagwan, the absolute truth, on the bank of river Saraswati. 46. O king, your questions as to how the universe became manifested from the gigantic form of Bhagwan, as well as other questions, I shall answer in detail by explanation of the 4 verses already mentioned. Okay, that's it for this video. We'll do chapter 9, verse 10 in the next video. Wish you a beautiful day. Radhe Radhe.